Hi, Robert. I'm gonna try this again. My computer charger went missing, so here goes. Basically, on January 2nd, 2019, Governor Janet T. Mills, a Democrat, became governor of Maine. Since her administration's first year, drug death and drug choice options have changed. Heroin was the drug to blame for all the farmhouse flop houses. According to the Maine Attorney General's Office drug death report for 2019, this issue has scientific data that reveals what is really happening to the state's population in an enabled epidemic that only got worse under Governor J.T. Mills. Before I shred her administration's detrimental effect on the cycle of drug overdose deaths, drug addictions, and the arrests of drug movers, dealers, drug cartels, consider this. Do you really not know where these drugs are coming from? I dare you to track the demographics. Profile the hell out of this unsung epidemic that your state government does not stop. FYI, here is some newspeak vocabulary I would like to bring to your attention. Non-pharmaceutical opioids. That's heroin. Non-pharmaceutical, with or without co-intoxicants, are like coke or speed, alcohol. And then there's pharmaceutical opioids, which are fucking pain pills, right? Pain pills. Okay, that's not a part of it, sorry. Statistically, non-pharmaceutical opioid deaths climbed 26% in 2019, regardless of any other co-intoxicant. It does not matter what you take, it's what kills you. Deaths from pharmaceutical opioids, pain pills without street drug co-intoxicants went down 8% in 2019. That means people are dying from street drugs as opposed to prescribed drugs. And people on the pills have a slight proclivity to only abuse pills. Once again, I ask, do you really not know where these drugs are coming from? Over the past few months, 61 people have died of COVID-19 in the state of Maine, population 1.344 million. Thank you, Google. Kind of a bad way to quote my source. 380 people died in 2019 of drug-related overdoses. In a year, statistically, you let over one Mainer die every day, increasingly year after year, and the state government only exacerbates it with its liberal drug abuse homeless sanctuaries such as the Resource Center and the Public Library. No civil liberty violations, just welfare and accommodations to those hooked on or affected by someone, alive or dead, on drugs. You know how much respect your enabled, druggy, homeless population has for the charity of the good taxpayers of Maine? Look at what you have let Bayside become. Shame on you, state government, for allowing such irresponsible policing and policy towards lawlessness without civility, partying in the streets in broad daylight and bullying residents. This well-known civil injustice is not only allowed to get this far, but even worse, now that the authorities get to cop out, pun intended, on dealing with this fiasco because of priority arrests and overcrowding jails, people shooting each other up, the unsung epidemic in public tolerated by officials. So, the library and the resource centers are hot spots for druggy bums that have now taken to the streets with entitlement. Good job, state government. Let's make sure I'm clear, okay? Substance abuse disorder. That's drug addiction. No quick or easy cure. Enduring treatment and sustained support. Courtesy of Maine.gov. The weakness, unaccountability, the unsolvable, tolerated issue that you are, in fact, desensitized to does not ever get anything but welfare from a welfare state. No more than 10 people can gather because of COVID. Farmhouse flop houses party out way more people than that. 14-day quarantine for out-of-state visitors due to COVID-19. Homeless lawlessness in Bayside, COVID-19. Street drugs kill your citizens. Why? Your state is the size of my county. My county is not my state, and my state is not my country. My world shrinks. The world shrinks when you leave the SoCal desert for the precious state of Maine. The world slows down. It is a lot less cutthroat in Maine. So what the heck, Mills administration? Keep the cycle of death and detriment to your state by accommodating this behavior and its consequences. Please, if any state in this union does it and does it right, please let it be Maine. Where are the drugs made? Where are they being shipped into the state? By whom? For whom? And to whom? You have every jail cell tapped, yet you cannot figure out the drug funnels. I call bullshit. Is liberal stupidity the reason why the best state in the union has a well-funded epidemic that goes under the radar, increases, and has no end in sight? Border Patrol needs to have a checkpoint at every entry into the state of Maine. Cargo should always be screened for drugs. Stop the pipeline of deadly opioids into your state by taking down the big guys because poop rolls downhill. You know I would have said shit. Give the libraries to the children's, the resource centers to the needy. End drug abuse by keeping drugs off the streets. Break the cycle. I will not argue with anyone. I am right until someone proves me wrong. You have to implement my policy to prove me right. Try and prove me wrong. My heart is in Maine. I can read your semi-tyrannical, drug-infested, candy-striped state like a book. I'd love to help Mainers change the world. By Pamela Parks.